I have decided to cut down the giant papaya tree because let's face it, it's taking too much space and it's not big enough. So today we're gonna swap it for a giant pinecone tree. I'm gonna be attempting to spend the next 3 weeks growing something that will surpass the papaya tree and eventually building a tree house on it because I always wanted a tree house. I got a feeling that this one's gonna be extremely painful, so please leave a like on the video and most of all enjoy the show. Here we go. First things first, we're gonna have to clean up the garden. We're gonna have to get a lot of reclaimers. Reclaimers are very expensive, but if you're smart about it, like me, hello pet salesman, we will buy a bunch of common eggs like these. We'll also get a bunch of harvesting tools because let's face it, those two are super easy to get. As you can tell, we already got 149. And now, last but not least, we just craft this. Okay? One of these and one of these. For 39 Robux, we could either wait like 25 minutes, but if I really want to be fast, we can just skip it and do it all over again. So yeah, be right back. Let me get a couple of hundreds of these. So far, we got over 49 reclaimers, which is, I feel like that's just enough for the first round. All right, now for the important part. We got to make space in this messy garden of ours. I feel like the pine cone, for now, we could use this part of the garden for the pine cone. And of course, remove all of this because there's no shop requirement anymore. What's this, by the way? Sign crates? Dude, get out of here. You are no longer in need. Frozen carrot. Why do I have a frozen carrot in the middle of my garden? This is such a mess. All right, first of all, guys, want to see a magic trick? Oh, wow. It all magically disappeared. I can't believe it. Now we finally got the space to cook something interesting up. Bro, no cats in the pool. What did I say? You kidding me, bro? You know how expensive that pool was? Very. 6 giant pinecone seeds. Let's see if we can use the Grandmaster Sprinkler for it as well. It might be a dumb idea, but we'll see. You never know. Just this combination. All right, Grandmaster and Master Sprinkler. Well, you never know. 6 pine cones. Voila. And do we have water? Do we have any water left? Yes, we do. All right, remember, we can reclaim them quite fast. Oh, it must be fully grown to reclaim. Okay, well, that's going to be pretty funny. I'm not looking for much. I just need to get a giant pine cone. Okay, so I could start flexing with my giant pine cone. And as you can tell, none of them are giant. I mean, the pine cones are quite good. Okay, it's good to see at least the Grandmaster Sprinkler works. But unfortunately, you gotta go. You gotta go, broski. All right, come on, dude. If we got it early on in the video, that would be completely insane. That's not it, though. Dude, these things are like meant to be huge. Wait, hold up. Whoa, hold on. What's this though? Wait. This is not a part of the plan, is it? What is going on with my giant pine cone? Hold up, we gotta clean this up. Oh my god. What have we done? 124 kg? There's no way. It's too big. I tripped but just by equipping it. Look at that. Oh my god, dude. Well, this is like a little side project. We of course want to get a giant pine cone, but it needs to be on a tree first. Yeah, at this point, honestly, we can just start scooping up the trees. I don't even need the pine cones anymore. All right, giant pine cone. Remember, boys, 3rd time's the charm. I know we can do it this time. And no, they're not bigger. They're definitely not bigger. The pine cones are getting bigger, but the trees ain't. What is going on? They're all the exact same size, by the way. It's not even like one of them is slightly bigger. Look at that. They're the exact same size. How does this happen? Nah, I just don't believe it. Maybe we're just getting extremely unlucky here. All right, you know what they say? 4th time's the charm. Who needs 3rd times, am I right? If you got 4th time. Well, okay. I'd say that one's a little bit bigger. Nah, it's not it. That's not what we need, boys. You know it's not. On the bright side, at least we're gonna make a bunch of money from all the pine cones. What is going on? What am I supposed to do with him? I mean, it's a nice flex piece, don't get me wrong, but we already got the 124 kg one. No pressure at all, boys, but I'm not sure if you're gonna beat it. It's quite a challenge there. You're gonna have to get through. Also, pine cones, yet again, you have failed me. How can you manage to be so small and insignificant so many times in a row? Dude, I don't even know if it's possible anymore to get them this big. But you guys just keep flexing with them, so it has to be possible, right? I mean, some of them can get as big as the entire map, but not mine. You know what it is? It's the Grandmaster Sprinkler bad luck. I'm telling you, without the sprinklers, I would get it instantly. Like, you need the opposite of luck. You need bad luck. And, ooh, now we're getting somewhere. Boys, look at that. That looks good. Dude, that is definitely, that's twice the size. I'll take it. You know what? This guy's going, this one's going somewhere else. You're not gonna get chopped off. Here, stay in a corner somewhere, dude. You're twice the size. All right, so it's good to know it still works. Okay, for a moment there, I thought we were not gonna get any giant pine cones. Actually, you know what? I take it back. You're too small. You're way too small, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Get back to, inventory. I know we can do way better than that, so not acceptable. All right, moment of truth. I feel like they're getting smaller. That's not good. Also, we're completely out of reclaimers, so I guess it's back to farming those for now. How about instead of using sprinklers, we're just gonna use the beauty of earth, which is nothing at all. Just normal dirt. How does that sound? I remember back in the day when we got the giant, talented papaya tree. We didn't need anything at all. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Dude, why are the pine cones so big? By the way, giant pinecone tree itself is getting bigger. This might be the biggest one we've got so far. Unfortunately, not big enough. We can do way better. How do I know this? I've seen it. Let's go for another one. And all right, it's not bad. What am I kidding? Get out of here. Get out of here. You're embarrassing my garden. Nope. Still embarrassing my garden. All right. We got 26 reclaimers left. We're kind of running low on reclaimers right now. Okay. Another one. Dude, how did this happen? All right. That's... Okay, this is definitely the biggest one we got so far. Why is there a giant pinecone here? I don't get it. What did we do differently this time? No idea. And guess what? I don't care. And nah, dude, it's crazy. Like the size difference between them is basically 0. All right. So we're completely out of reclaimers again. This one's looking pretty good though. Look how far it went. It's almost as big as the burning bud, which is it's good. That's quite promising. You know, I'm a desperate man right now. I need to get as many results as I can. All right, boys. Do we have any more eggs? Because I need a lot of eggs for this one. 3 eggs. Are you kidding me? I am back, but I'm not only back with a couple of reclaimers. We got 151 because I'm not giving up. I don't think this game realized what it signed up for. Here we go. Come on. No, next one. Okay, what are we working with? 24 reclaimers left, and we're not working with much. I ain't gonna lie. All right, last one. Reclaimers are gone. Here we go. Do I need to get more reclaimers, or can we finally retire? Yeah, let's go get more reclaimers. You thought I was gonna give up. No. That's not how this game works. That's not how I work. You see, for the last 2 weeks, I've been farming every single pinecone seed I could find. I'm talking about 28 pinecone seeds. We're not going to do 8. We're going to do 28. I found so many of them. I've also started preparing reclaimers because this is just such a painful part to do. So we have 400 of them. Now, I'm telling you, look, if I don't get it now, I will go insane. I'm not just looking for an average pinecone. I want the biggest thing on planet Earth. I want something that's going to break every single world record and is going to be at least twice the size of the papaya tree because, you know, like I said, this pinecone has got big shoes to fill. So let's go. 28 pinecones at once. This is crazy, by the way. I don't even know if I've ever done something this unhealthy before. All right, wish me luck, guys. You know, it's now or never. What do we get? And not a single one. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. 28 tries, bro. 28 tries and not a single one. That's fine. I don't think this game realizes how much of a psychopath I am. I don't care if this takes me 2,000 tries. If it takes me 3,000 tries. If it takes me, I don't know, infinite Robux. I won't stop until I get it. It is very personal at this point. Here we go. Second one. Let's see what we get. I'm feeling lucky. All right, not that lucky yet. That's fine. My God, dude. You know, at least we're getting a lot of pine cones. Not like we need any. All right, next one. 350 reclaimers left. What are we working with? Nah, dude, still nothing. It's fine. We've grown 100 pine cones, by the way, and none of them, unfortunately, have grown up to be a strong, independent pine cone. We just got pesky little ones that no one cares about. So we chop them down and we go for more. And here we go. Let's see what we get. Come on. Why am I still hyping it up, bro? What is wrong with you, giant pine cones? Why can't you just do what I need you to do? Yeah, I don't know how many times I've said it already, but this is probably the craziest things we've done yet. Like, by far. Probably the most insane thing as well. I'm gonna have to visit a psychiatrist after this one. Boys, we've went through another 220 reclaimers, and unfortunately not a single pine cone. So, let me just get through the 170. I'll see. We'll see what happens. Be right back. We have 75 reclaimers left, and unfortunately, still not a single one. And the thing is, they're not even like getting close to the size that we need them to get to. If they were at least let's say half of the papaya tree, I would say fine. But we're not a single one yet, bro. We might probably get the world's smallest pine cones. Look at this guy, dude. This is just pathetic. Like, what do you think you're doing, brother? All right, we went through 400 reclaimers, and unfortunately, I don't think a single one has actually got bigger. So let's get back to the drawing board, boys. I'll see you when I have more reclaimers. I am back with 1,082 reclaimers, and most of all with something very special, which is 8 different squirrels. Guys, I didn't even know this existed, and I did not even know where to get such a thing, but you can actually reclaim without reclaiming. I'm glad I know this after using 2,000 reclaimers, after farming them for 2 weeks. Also, could you guys please explain what's going on in my garden? Why do I have a pine cone the size of a planet? This is not the time, brother, even though I'm very excited seeing such a humongous pineapple. A pine cone. I don't know why I call it a pineapple. It does look like a pineapple a little bit if you think about it. Oh, there it is, the big guy. Okay, 108 kg. Are you ready to see the new improved pineapple pine cone? Here we go. Oh my God. I've done everything apart from growing the giant pine cone. I don't even know where I'm gonna go from this. This is just ridiculous. completely out of this world. But do you want to see some real magic? Like actual magic. 1082 reclaimers, and if I reclaim this, boom, nothing happened. That's right, the power of 8 squirrels. You guys have blessed me with infinite reclaimer glitch. So all I gotta do now is just keep clicking. This is so satisfying and a little bit worrying because that means I can literally be here for days upon days. I don't have to worry about running out of reclaimers anymore. The only thing I have to worry about is not getting a giant pinecone. But again, I'm gonna probably say this so many times. I am a very patient man when it comes to growing pinecones. Also, one of the squirrels is really fat, bruh. Really fat. Oh my god, dude, you don't even have eyes. That is so creepy. I've also did a little bit more research. So basically, the chances of getting a giant pinecone is still, it still exists. It's not complete zero. It's like 0.000 something. Boys, I think we did it. We got the first one. It's not that big. Hold on, let me zoom out. Oh my god, wait, hold up. Is it not that big? It seems okay. This one seems okay. Okay, this is gonna be our backup giant pinecone. 1,200 C packs later, we've cooked up. I've managed to actually cook something up. That's not complete scum. All right, broski, you're gonna go. Dude, just don't reclaim this. Oh my god, imagine if I reclaim this one again. I gotta hide it somewhere, like deep down in a corner, so I don't by any crazy mistake reclaim it. So you're gonna go over there. I don't think I can reclaim it. Like, if I just stand here, there shouldn't be a chance of reclaim, right? Because I always go for my angle. But I feel like we could do a little bit bigger than that guy. Hold on, I should probably give you guys a tour, just in case I completely deleted by mistake. The stump itself has very nice quality. By the way, Eclipse Weather, this is the worst timing ever. I just want to say that. Like, brother, I'm trying to show the people the art of cooking. Look how thick this stump is. Twice my size. And I'm a very thick man. That's not what I say. Cut that out. But if we walk up, all the way up, it is a long way up for this pinecone. It's a journey. It's not just a walk. Here we go. Okay, all the way up. Let's see what we're working with. Actually, this one's not that bad. Like, it feels a little bit smaller looking at it from below. But look how, like, insignificantly small the giant pine cones are next to it. This is very nice, guys. Yeah. This is acceptable, but not completely acceptable. Just, like, backup acceptable. Let's go back to cooking. This has to be the skinniest, tallest pine cone I've ever seen. Look at this thing. It's almost as tall as that guy. But look at the stump. Dude, how can you be this skinny and not collapse? How does this even work? This defies gravity just completely. And it's not big enough either. Time to say goodbye. I know it's quite painful seeing it, but whoop, it's gone. What a magic trick. So far, we weren't able to cook up anything bigger than this guy. I think we've been over for about 700 seeds, which is not enough. Not even close, boys. I'm just warming up with the squirrels. And it's like a whole different league now. Like, these squirrels are a lifesaver. It's been a couple of hours and I haven't cooked anything bigger than this guy so far. And we've went over like 3,500 seeds at this point. I don't think we can grow a bigger one. So let's grow this package, see if we get any luck here. You know, just the final one, just to do a nice cherry on top. Nope, they are small, putrid, irrelevant. Time to chop them down. One by one, you guys are going home. Then we grab the trowel, and you, broski, you're gonna go where your old friend belonged. Right here. Nectar thorn. You know what? We gotta clean this place up a bit. We have a glimmering frozen egg. Should we keep this one? Nah, you know what? It's just a waste of space. We're gonna keep the other nectar thorn because it's got some special mutations on it. We will keep the moon melon just so it constantly annoys our neighbor. Thing is, we gotta figure out how to build the treehouse. So the entrance is gonna be right here. You're gonna use the burning bud. Then you jump on top of the second burning bud. Okay, then the third one. And basically just work your way up. And once you're all the way up, you go over here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be like a little obby. And we could put the treehouse right in the middle. Wait, can we even put it this high up? We can't. Dude, how are we? Are we really that high up? Okay, I guess we are. So this is going to be the floor of the treehouse. And yes, I do have a bookcase because I read books. Believe it or not. I don't. Actually, I don't. That's a lie. Cut that out. I'm looking for a very cozy, spacious balcony, which is going to be this thing. And of course, we're going to have to add in a couple of walls. Let's face it, a treehouse is not a treehouse without any walls, is it? Question is, like, what is the best thing for walls? Because there's so many, like, things you could build in this game. I guess we could use these. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's use this as the roof because it's so much easier to use as a roof, isn't it? Yep. Put it right here. Beautiful. That's going to be the first one. We're just going to cover up the whole thing with these. There we go. So the bookcase goes over there. Should we do a pretzel stand? That's the question. Nah, you know what? Let's do one of these too. Why not? You know, this is going to be like the chill zone. Ooh, and let's not forget about lights. You know, I want this place to be lit. That's not what I said. Cut that out. You know what's even better than having a treehouse? Having a treehouse with a private jacuzzi. Oh my god, look at that, dude. You can enjoy the view from here. Does it get any better than this? Probably not. I mean, I am living the dream, am I? Hey, this is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the jacuzzi. You know, we could honestly just flip it so I have a nice looking view. And never mind, it is stuck. Let's remove this. Instead, add one of these so we get more light, more natural light in. Okay, I guess we could also add in just a basic table, if that makes any sense. A table with a bench. So yeah, you could chill here, put your feet on the table, and that's about the only use this table is ever gonna get. Oh, and let's not forget, the table needs to have a lantern. Also, I guess we could like block this part off just so it's a bit more safe. And we could also put a slide here. Oh my god, dude, imagine a slide down. This is more like a ticket to heaven than a slide. Like, do you really want to take this slide down? I do. Is it safe? Absolutely not. Oh, come on, dude. It doesn't ragdoll you. Imagine what a beautiful slingshot this would be. Ooh, let's not forget, I love television. And you know what I like even more than TV? Watching it from the comfort of my jacuzzi. Just like that. There we go. We got the TV. I can sit here, watch television. I mean, who cares about the view, right? It is a nice view, don't get me wrong. Farmer guy, you're gonna... Where are you gonna go? On top of the lantern. Lady, you know where you're going. Yeah, that's right. And so it's just not completely weird. You know, there's gonna be 3 of us in the jacuzzi. Is it weird? Don't judge me. I don't want you guys to judge me too much. There we go. Okay, but he's not gonna look at me. Perfect. Okay, we're all watching television. She's actually watching The Burning Bud. I've cooked up because it is an amazing masterpiece. But let's see how this giant pinecone tree compares to like a big pinecone tree. Someone just DM'd me. He has the world's biggest pinecone tree. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be that much bigger than this guy. Because let's be honest, this took 3,000 seats. Yes, I think mine's bigger, but just bit. It is not bigger. But how do I get to the top? I honestly got to see this one. I want to see it from the best view possible. He has a treehouse as well, by the way. How does it compare to my treehouse? Probably not so cool because he doesn't have any girls in his jacuzzi. You can't. There's a barrier. Bro, okay, I just want to get like a little bit higher up so I can see the whole thing. Is it possible? You need a can of beans. And you do not have them. I know that. How do you know such a thing? That's a very specific thing to know. All right, bro. Could you go up there and just screenshot it for me? Because I want to see what it's like. Because, like, especially next to my pine cone, I don't think it's going to be that much bigger. So this is what it looks like if you're up on the giant pine cone. And this is how small and insignificant the world is if you're up here. By the way, that's not even the top. Like, he's halfway there, basically. This is like twice the size of a papaya tree, maybe even bigger. Yeah, anyway, I'm glad I saw it. Thank you very much for reminding me how insignificant I am. Leave a like on the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.